Now, the buzz is dying down. Somebody said, we know what we see and feel, not what we hear and read. We need to start, for us to do enough, people have to start saying. Unfortunately, 2020 for LASEPA, an environmental protection agency, was one of the best years with my KPIs. KPI, basically air quality. For the first time since CNN started reporting air quality, Lagos had one of the best in the world. And that's just because we were stuck indoors, simply. But must there be a pandemic for there to be blue skies? No. I'm a medical doctor, public health professional, and in addition to what the last speaker said, I will tell you, COVID is new. Reverse a little: SARS, Lassa, bird flu, mad cow disease, all of it with our interaction with animals, naturally and unnaturally. But do we stop eating beef? I have read of an organization fighting climate change by not eating beef in the UK, because the process and the conservation and even the butchering and cleaning process releases nitrous oxide and all. So they're just not eating beef. Are we doing enough? No. But are we trying to call attention? Yes. And back to Prof. My name is Dolapo again. What has changed is, this is my cat.
Yes, I have right here. Thank you. I'm not going to miss that. Dolapo.
And what has changed is this administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is very particular about circular economy and sustainability in all we do, with policies, with even enforcement. At least my agency, we do quite a bit in enforcement. A lot of people know us with air pollution, but that was kind of deliberate because I needed to make our presence known. Now we're talking air pollution as in noise pollution. They were reporting churches and mosques, and just to make our presence felt. Now, thanks to World Bank, we have 6 air quality monitoring machines in Lagos. 6 of them. Real-time online data. And we're exchanging data with the American Embassy, who has 1. Are we doing enough? No. But are we trying? Yes. Now, with these air quality machines, for me as a public health physician, I advocate see and I remember, here and it's not my business. With the NDCs, it's true. We have all heard and we move on. I advocate for Lagos State determined contributions, and I advocate for CSOs and NGOs to hold us responsible for it. I believe I'm well read and exposed, but urban sprawl and what she said about, it just never occurred to me as something that government can insist as a policy. There must not be abandoned building. The land must be used for something. And right from inception to implementation and the use of the land, we're thinking sustainability from the beginning. What has changed also is that if we look at Mr. Sanwo-Olu's themes, THEMES, like him, let me ask, how many people know themes? The pillar of the government. 1. Okay, everybody knows. At least Madam Consul General knows. That's okay for me, the fact that she knows. When we look at health and environment, and the last one, sustainability and growth, it is obvious that he wants to pay attention to climate change. Both Paris Protocol, Kyoto Protocol, and the last one, Kigali, were all signatories, but it was done behind our back. Even I, standing here, cannot reel out what we have signed to. And how do we solve this? Advocacy, advocacy, advocacy. People listen to government. People listen to government a lot, especially when you tie it with incentives or punishments. One of the two, they will listen. Are we doing enough? No. But are you guys all doing enough? No. Somebody was talking about air quality and data. If LASEPA doesn't know, and we have 6 machines out there, then we're all working in silos, and we won't get much done. We can move quicker if we come together. What has changed again is that a public health physician is now general manager of Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency. And we would appreciate if when you talk about partnerships and stakeholders, LASEPA is mentioned, where she knows, enthusiastic and willing to we can't hit net zero, that's my own personal belief, but to work towards it and let everybody, apart from Lagos State determined contribution, individually determined contribution, IDC, most important. And we will hold people responsible for it. We will make policies for it. Waste management, waste disposal, how we treat our waste, recycling policies, age of cars that come into this country, burning of fossil fuels. I am happy to say LASEPA is the only agency in Lagos that has a hybrid bus. We have a hybrided bus because I want to see what we're talking about. And because of that, the success of that study, which we did over 8 months, Lagos State government is planning to hybrid all BRT buses. Are we doing enough? No, but are we doing something? Yes. And we want you to encourage and hold us responsible. In closing, I just want to say, no, Rachel, not again. In closing, I just want to say, electrical and electronic waste, mining, is something we're ignoring. We are looking at the usual suspects. There's some unusual suspects. And as we move towards the digital age, what Corona has put us inside, there will be more demand for lithium, for copper, for aluminium, and the processes of smelting those things is not a joke. If COVID had happened before Kyoto Protocol, I'm sure they would have, thought about it. Plastics. How do we deal with plastics? How do we deal with all these face masks and ventilators and all? Well, Lagos State has political will, and our hands are opened to partnerships that are constructive, and we show that we are doing something in the fight against climate change. Thank you.
Thank you very much.